So this is Methodism by Tommy Miller. So first, before we go into the whole thing, we can do a brief overview of Methodism and its global impacts and how the Methodism movement has grown or started. So Methodism is a Christian denomination that emphasizes personal pity, social justice, and the importance of good works. So it was founded by John Wesley and his brother Charles Wesley, and it was kind of formed in the 18th century as a kind of a rival movement to the Church of England. So Methodism believes in salvation through faith in Jesus Christ, and the emphasis the need for both faith and good works in life of Christianity. So they have a strong tradition in the hymn singing and the prayer and reading and worship services, and as a commitment to social advocacy and community service. Methodism has grown into a global movement with millions of members worldwide, organizations into various denominations such as the United Methodist Church and the African Methodist Church as well. So some historical background. We kind of went over their names, but we're going to go over them again. So Methodism was formed by John Wesley. He was an Anglican priest, and his brother Charles Wesley, the writer of the hymn music in the 18th century England. So they began their rival movement within the Church of England, emphasizing obviously some of their beliefs, their personal pity, Bible study, and outreach for marginalization. So now we're going to get into the core beliefs. So we have Methodism is a big global movement. The members worldwide, and it includes the United Methodist Church, African Methodist, and another Methodist Church of Great Britain. So, as we had said before, the abolishments of civil rights and social justice movements are they're kind of a big part. So they were really big when they first kind of brought their way to America. They're big advocates for the ending of slavery, and they were big in the civil rights movements, with one of their leaders being Martin Luther King. And he was a part of the African Methodist Church. So these, big aspects of them bringing in social justice really helps, shape bringing in some newer people like from my generation and stuff like that. And then they also have a good, way of incorporating their teachings into, colleges, schools, and all kinds of, different ways in getting their beliefs across. And then they have a wide spread music, art, and literature, and so that impact throughout the world has also really shaped their global presence. The dog was barking, so we're gonna keep her here. The worships and sacraments. So the worships of Methodism are characterized by a blend of structured, heartfelt expressions, and it's very kind of engaging with their people. their followers. And Methodist worship also follows a structured way of going about it. So, some of their elements, prayers, the hymns, the scripture readings, the ceremonies, they're kind of flexible with what you can do and how you can do it, but then they also aren't flexible at the same time, because you got to kind of follow what they want to do. So it's flexible but not flexible. And so another kind of worship kind of thing that they do would be like baptism and each Eucharist, I think it is, also known as the Holy Communion or the Lord's Supper. So baptism obviously is a huge part of Christianity, and it's typically for people who are newcoming into the beliefs, or even babies, stuff like that. And so they do kind of like these each Eucharist in a monthly or a weekly basis, and it's a way, it means of grace through which believers experience the presence of Christ. So they'll feel as he's a presence here, and he is here for you, and he's willing to do sacrifices for you. And then the embodiment and music of hymn singing is a central part of Methodism worship, reflecting the importance of music and Methodist tradition. Charles Wesley, one of the founders of Methodism, had wrote thousands of these hymns and sung in the Methodist church today, or they're still sung in some Methodist churches today, and is a huge part of their praise and their to enhance their worship experience. So another part is the social impact. So Methodism had a significant impact on society and culture, both historically and to present day. So with that, they have their huge cultural and their whole historical side in bringing their their understanding of the Bible through their eyes, and really try and preach how the modern day world needs to be somewhat accepting of everything. So now the global presence has a significant role as well, because with the Methodist tradition, their mission really is to bring the Christian faith, to everybody that they can. So with their global presence, which they can get it from all over the place, Africa, Asia, Latin America, all of these, other places other than just where it began in Europe, so they can, get multiple people into believing their Christian faith through the education, or health, social justice, many partnerships with local churches and organizations that they can do to really bring forth their globalization and the challenges that some things they can face in a lot of their efforts to bring its Methodism to the world. So now kind of a newer issue that Methodism is facing now with their is their acceptance with the LGBTQ community. Now, as the Bible goes, it doesn't say that really, the same sex marriages are okay, or it says that it's just between a man and a woman. But then this kind of lies between an issue, because Methodism is supposed to be very accepting. They're supposed to be like showing a whole bunch of different issues and ways we can get around it with our teachings of the Bible. So this is kind of a huge problem within North America and Europe, mainly because it's kind of where it kind of strives as like the biggest threat to them, because that's where the kind of like their biggest following is in North America. So there's kind of been a decline in their people that are in their churches, their faith, that follow them. So there's been quite a few challenges there. So they're gonna have to somewhat adapt to some of these modern challenges that they're going to face, because if some of these people want to join that faith, then they're gonna have to accept them a little more. So some concluding thoughts that we can engage ourselves with is obviously some of the historical aspects. So Methodism is a denomination with rich history and global presence, and was founded by John Wesley in the 18th century England. Methodism emphasizes the personal pity, social justice, and importance of both good works, and Methodism has been an influence in various social justice movements, as we said before, the abolishment of slavery, civil rights, has founded numerous educational institutions around the world. Methodism worship is characterized by a blend of structured, heartfelt expressions, with the emphasis of the hymnody and music. So as we go through these Methodist experiences, the significant growth in religion, such as Africa, Asia, Latin America, it faces some challenges and some debates as well, with the sexualities and the decline of these members into their religion, and they're really just gonna have to adapt to a lot of these challenges that they're going to face, and they're gonna remain to be a huge impact if they want to get some of the younger generation into their group. So they're gonna have to play that big positive impact for society. The legacy and the relevance of Methodism in its commitment to social justice is very it's very well known. I mean, they got plenty of followers that will focus their emphasis on some of these new challenges as well, and I think that they can definitely keep it going, and the communities will be happy about it, I guess, and they will do, as they have before, plenty of good things for the world and impact society day to day. And then this is where I got everything.